Hey guys! Hey friends! What do you know? I have another record collection update for you. I feel like that's all I've been doing on here. I did that little rant about the Mains album. I'm doing a few collabs here and there, but I don't know. I got some more records, surprisingly, because I don't have money for this. But it was my birthday last month, so I got a few from my friends. I got even a few deals on records. Like I went to Rough Trade, where I got to meet up with Paige in Brooklyn, which, hey Paige, if you're watching. So I have gotten the opportunity to go around and go shopping for records. And like always, I'm going to do a record collection update to show you guys what I got. So I hope you're interested. I have a good chunk like usual. I don't like filming record collection videos unless I have like a good portion to show. I don't want to just show like one or two. I'll just wait till the next time. But I have a good chunk here and yeah, it's good. It's gonna be good. So as usual, any questions or comments about these albums, feel free to ask them below. Even if they're questions regarding vinyl, collecting vinyl, anything like that, I'm happy to help and answer you guys. So let's just get right into it. Sound like a beauty guru starting a makeup tutorial. Okay, so the first one I'm going to talk about is the one 7-inch that I did pick up this past month or these past few weeks. It's the only 7-inch I picked up, and it is Title Fight's Spring Songs. Now, I know Title Fight are like, not like old news, but they've been around a while, like they're nothing new, you know. But I've actually had Title Fight on my phone and listened to them casually for a while now, but just recently I've really been getting into them and picking up on their music. So this was at one of the record stores I love to go to in my area, Vintage Vinyl in Fords, New Jersey, and it was only like $5 or $6, I believe. I've been wanting Floral Green, and I kind of want Hyperview, but I want Floral Green first, and I haven't seen Floral Green anywhere, so I might just order that online. And every time I see Hyperview, I don't get it because I'm an idiot. So it is pressed on colored vinyl. It is this blue. I feel like it just kind of complements the album. Well, it's like a blue. I don't know. Sorry about my ugly Band-Aid. I had a problem. So yeah, this is Title Fight Spring Songs, and the song Be a Toy is one of the reasons I bought this. That is an incredible song. Also, Receiving Line. Like I said, I've just been really feeling Title Fight lately. Maybe I'm just getting into hardcore. Like, I don't know. Next up, I have a local band that I don't think I've ever talked about on my channel. If you follow me on social media, I just saw them not last night, but the night before. If this uploads today, I don't know if I'm uploading this today. But it is a band called Save Face, and this is their EP called Folly. Now, Save Face, as y'all know, if you don't know, if you're new here, whatever, I'm from New Jersey. I'm very lucky that my town, as well as just New Jersey in general, has a really great music scene, basement, house, underground scene, whatever you want to call it. And within the past year, I've gotten really into a lot of my local bands. There's a band called Halogens that they're actually from my hometown, and they're really awesome. It's so cool to like be able to see them, and they're nothing huge. They play like house shows and whatever, but it's just really cool to have that option if you don't want to always just go to bigger shows or whatever. But this band Save Face, I saw them for the first time back in November at a house show, and they were like headlining the house show. But I also saw them with a Will Away and Halogens. And I didn't pick up the vinyl then because at the time I didn't really listen to them, but I just saw them at another house show, or a DAV, whatever you want to call it. Oh my god, why are there like red scratches on my shoulders? Ouch. And I picked it up because this EP is incredible. If you want to check out more underground, like local bands, if you're from Jersey. If you're not from Jersey, they're still worth giving a listen. I think they are going to tour, like a small tour, maybe in the Midwest, they said. I don't know. But this one is incredible. I love the songs. Overdue and Folly are easily my favorites on this one. And it is pressed on this like translucent pinkish purple color. That's really pretty. I think they also had a translucent blue option on their site, but like I said, I bought it at the show, so I just picked up what they had. Next up, I have an album that I think I talked about in like the music I've been into lately, and that is Trophy Eyes, Chemical Miracle. This is pressed on black vinyl, so I'm not going to take it out. I know they have some really cool presses of this online, but I saw this at a record store, and I didn't want to wait for it to ship. I didn't want to pay for shipping. I was just like, I'm gonna pick it up now. I love this record. I've been getting really into Trophy Eyes, especially since I saw them open for Moose Blood, because I only knew like 2 or 3 of their songs before I saw them open for Moose Blood. But this record in particular is incredible. Some of my favorites are Chlorine, obviously, Nosebleed, Heaven Sent. Heaven Sent might just be my favorite. Rain on Me, Breathe You In, Suicide Pact, Daydreamer. It's full of great tracks. If you have not given this a listen, I don't know what you're doing. They're going to be on Warped Tour. I need to see them on Warped Tour. And yeah, check them out. Definitely check them out. Next up is a birthday gift. So shout out to Ashley if you're watching this. And it is an album that is one of my, did this come out this year? Yes, it came out this year. Is one of my favorite releases of the year so far by a band I've talked about a few times. I think I did talk about this in the music I've been getting into. And it is Sorority Noise's You're Not As Blank As You Think. Sorority Noise, if you guys don't know, are a really good band. I have one of their other albums, Joy Departed, on vinyl. I've been nonstop obsessed with it. My favorite release of theirs is Joy Departed, but this might just take that spot. This is pressed on colored vinyl, which the color is so pretty because I don't think I have any records this color. It is pressed on just like a solid baby blue. This is so cute. I don't think I have any records on just baby blue. Maybe All Time Low, Future Hearts, but it's not this. Like, it's not the same color. And I think this just like matches the artwork really well, and it's really pretty. I know they had some splatter pressing of it right when it came out. Some of my favorites are, my favorite is either Where Are You or Car. Disappeared is good. A Portrait Of. The first time I heard A Portrait Of, I was driving and I had to pull over. I had to pull over listening to that song. No kidding. Obviously, No Halo was the first single off the record, and that was an awesome release as well. So if you haven't checked this one out, go ahead right now. If you like this record, you probably like their older stuff. If you like their older stuff, you probably like this record. So yeah, shout out to Ashley. Thank you. This was a birthday present from her. It's a classic that should have been in my collection a long time ago because it is one of my favorite bands of all time. And I'm gonna give a hint. Kurt Cobain. Y'all don't know me. Kurt Cobain is one of my favorite people in the entire world. He's in my top 3. My favorite people are Taylor Swift, John O'Callaghan, and Kurt Cobain. And I love Kurt Cobain for 100 billion reasons. We can make a video about that, whatever you want to do, but that's not for today. So I finally picked up Nirvana's Nevermind. I feel like this is something everyone should have in their collection. Even if you're not like a huge Nirvana fan, this has, in my opinion, all their best tracks. I also want In Utero because that has some real good tracks as well. But I really refrained from buying Nirvana albums for a while because they're pretty expensive. I do have their Live at Reading thing, and that has a ton of songs. So I was like, that can hold me over. I think it has a bunch from this. It has a bunch from In Utero. It just has a lot of songs. So I held off for a while, but I was at a record store, and the record store I was at really has kind of like a shitty collection, or selection of records, I should say. And they have all kind of like the basic stuff. So if you're looking at like, it was the kind of store where like they're gonna sell Nirvana and they're gonna sell like what's popular kind of thing, like the basic stuff. So I picked this up because they had it and I couldn't wait any longer. It is pressed on black vinyl. I'm pretty sure they all are. I don't think there's any special presses of this, but I listened to it the other day and I just had it on the rest of the night. I probably spun it at least 4 or 5 times because I was in my room for like hours and I couldn't sleep. So yeah. I don't need to talk about my favorite songs on this record. They're all my favorite songs. If I could meet anyone who's died, it's him. He's one of my biggest like inspirations. Next up, I have one that I also have been meaning to pick up for a while, but I held off because it wasn't really gonna go anywhere. And this is Lana Del Rey's Ultraviolence, the Urban Outfitters edition. I don't have any Lana records besides this, and that is because she's always gonna sell her stuff on vinyl, so I figure like I'm never in a rush to buy it, but my favorite record of hers is Born to Die, and like I said, that's really not going to go anywhere, so I wanted to get this one because I've been waiting for a while to get this one. Ultraviolence is my second favorite release of hers, and they are colored because it's like an Urban Outfitters exclusive. They're gorgeous. Can't wait to show you. But I will just say, like, I don't really talk about a lot of solo artists on my channel. I go over a lot of like pop punk alternative music because that's like most of my audience is like into that. But you guys probably all know by now I love Taylor Swift. I'm a huge Taylor Swift fan, and after her I have a weakness for Britney Spears. Lana Del Rey, easily one of my favorite solo artists. Avril Lavigne, Hayley Williams, but Hayley Williams, like, she's in Paramore. So those are some of my favorite girls out there, but I do have a really strong love for Lana Del Rey. There's something about her that's so unique. She's unlike any artist out there right now. And I just love her and I appreciate what she does. So I will show you the colored vinyl now because I'm just talking now forever. The first one is this almost translucent lavender color, which I think is super pretty. I don't have any this color, I don't believe either. And the second one I love because If you know me, you know I love like clear, transparent vinyl, and I have no records like this, and it is just a translucent blue. I have absolutely no records like this color blue that's translucent. I just think it's freaking beautiful. Yeah, some of my favorites on this one have got to be Sad Girl, Pretty When You Cry, and Old Money. Old Money. I had like an issue. I'm not going to talk about it because it's actually really funny and people would make fun. Next up is probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite, out of this bunch that I just got within the past few months or weeks or whatever. And it is because it is one of my favorite EPs, one of my favorite releases of 2016, and one of my favorite pop punk bands, most importantly, have become one of my favorite pop punk bands. And this is Home Safe's Evermore. Listen, I've probably talked about Home Safe on my channel. I do know I made this one of my favorite releases of 2016. If you know about Knuckle Puck or whatever, you probably know about Home Safe. Ryan from Knuckle Puck is the lead vocalist in Home Safe. So it's like his other band. And y'all, if you like Knuckle Puck and you like Real Friends and that kind of pop punk that's like more fast paced, and a little harder hitting, you will love Home Safe. I'm pretty sure everyone's kind of woke on Home Safe by now. I feel like when I first started listening to them, no one was really woke on them because I actually saw them play at a bar. And I think there was a good amount of people that showed up, but they weren't headlining. Anyway, this EP, they just announced like a few months ago or a few weeks ago about a month ago, that they were pressing it on vinyl. And at the time, I literally had like $20 in my bank account. No kidding. Like I did not have the money to buy this. But I bought it, of course, because I'm not passing it up. I don't even have a favorite on here. They had two variants. They had a split variant. It was half white, half blue, and they had this. And this, I think, it's the record. If you want it, by the way, guys, go and snag it because it's limited to 500. 200 of these and 300 of the split. So if you want this, go pick it up. I don't think it's sold out yet. I don't think it's sold out yet, but you don't know. You never know. So I have a pretty basic one that I have no regrets, no shame in buying this because I absolutely love this man and I absolutely love this album. And I'm not the only one who's going to say this. And this is Harry Styles by Harry Styles. This was a complete impulse buy because I bought this like an hour after I listened through the record once. Okay, usually I'll buy an album or a record if I really love that EP or really love that album or whatever. And this, I was with my friend Lauren, shout out to you if you're watching, and we were in the car and I heard Sign of the Times. I think I might have heard part of Kiwi. I don't know. I knew like some of the songs, but I only listened through it like once on Spotify and I was like getting ready when I was listening to it. So I was like, we went to Walmart and she bought the CD. So we were listening to the CD in the car and we were only halfway through the album and I was like, I need this on vinyl. Like I need this on vinyl. So we went all the way to Barnes & Noble and to the mall. They didn't have it at Barnes & Noble. There's a store called like Suncoast in the malls near me, or maybe it's all over the country. I have no idea. And they had it. And I hate to say that this was like $37, which I don't pay for records unless it's like Nirvana wasn't even that much. And I think I could have got this for cheaper on like Barnes & Noble's website, like $25, but whatever. I don't regret buying it. It is pressed on plain black vinyl. I think his site sold it in white or something, but it was so worth it. This is a very nicely packaged album as well. Like, look at this gatefold picture. I don't know if you're going to get a glare, but look at him. I'm just going to put this over my face. He is beautiful. Listen. And it does come with like a booklet, kind of like a nice booklet I think it has lyrics and, yeah, it has lyrics and like pictures inside. So it is like a nice quality album. You kind of like get what you pay for, but at the same time, it's like $37? Soph, why did you do that? Because that's what I do. My favorites are easily Kiwi and Woman. Those are probably my two favorites. I also love Only Angel. That was one of my favorites when I first heard it, but Kiwi and Woman are definitely my faves. I have two more. Next up, an 8123 release, band. Shout out to Julia. This was also a birthday present. When we went to Arizona for the 8123 Fest, they were selling this at the pop-up shop for $5. And I didn't buy it because I was like, I don't need it. I'm spending so much money here already. I don't need it. And ever since I got back from Arizona, I've been constantly complaining about how I should have bought it for $5 because it's $15 on the website. And the song Makes Us Feel Younger and Everything I Can't Be. Well, this whole EP is incredible, but specifically those two songs I'm obsessed with. Like, I never skip them when they come on. And I would nonstop complain to Julia about how I should have bought it. And, like, I'm pretty sure she would get pissed off because I never shut up about it. And for my birthday, she bought me my emo night tickets because we had emo night, like, the night we were, like, rang in my birthday at emo night. And this. And I was, like, so happy. It is pressed on white vinyl, which I'll show you. You've probably all seen white vinyl, but when it's colored, I usually show it. Like I said, it's like a cream color almost, kind of like off-white. But like I said, well, first of all, I just want to support 8123 no matter what. But this EP really, this EP, come on, man. This EP really is incredible. Like I said, Makes Us Feel Younger and Everything I Can't Be are definitely my favorites. Take You Home is also a great one. But this only has 5 tracks on it. So it's like, I don't know, it's pretty short, but I love it. And I'm so happy I have it on vinyl now. Now, on to the last one, which I did save last because, like, there's a little something special about it. And I'm going to talk about this for a little bit because I feel like it's controversial. And this last one is All Time Low's new album, Last Young Renegade. The reason I say this for last was because they signed it. As y'all know, All Time Low are one of my favorite bands, my 3rd favorite band. They're, like, in my top 3. And, like, ever. Like, they were one of the first bands I ever got into. Like, you know, all that sappy stuff. And I had never met them before. And I've been listening to these guys since 7th grade. And the record store, Vintage Vinyl in Ford's, that I always talk about because I always go there, were having a signing. Like, they were meeting people and signing. If you pre-ordered the album, they were, like, they had a signing for it. This is my first time meeting them. May I say, super friendly guys. So friendly. I don't know why I was nervous for some reason that, like, maybe they'd be tired, like, there's all these people lined up. Like, I don't know. Like, and they're kind of like a bigger pop punk band. No one's, like, allowed to be rude, but people are rude. So I just get nervous that, like, I'm going to meet a band who they're going to be rude. So nice. So friendly. Like, Jack looked up and was like, hey, and, like, gave me a high five. Just super friendly guys. All, like, looked up, smiled, said, hey, how are you? Thanks for blah, blah. You know the deal. I was just a little starstruck after. I didn't cry or anything, which was good. But like I said, I've been listening to them for a really long time. And, I was just kind of starstruck after meeting them. Even my mom was, like, texting me. She's like, oh my God, how was it? Like, my mom loves All Time Low, so she was, like, woke for it. But yeah, so that's why this is a little special, because it's signed by them, and I met them. This is pressed on plain black, so there's nothing special to show you. The thing I want to talk about with this album is I see it getting so much crap. And, you know, y'all want to disagree. I'm just going to go on a little rant right now. I'm going to put this down and go on a little rant, and then the video will be done. I see so many complaints on Twitter, on everything, about how, like, much everyone hates this record and, like, it's not All Time Low. Yes, I will agree that it doesn't really sound like All Time Low. There's a few songs on it that have that, like, their roots kind of, and sounds like All Time Low. But, like, for the most part, it's different, and I like it. Don't get me wrong, I actually really like this album. It's not my favorite of All Time Low, it's not my favorite of the year, but I definitely like it. I've definitely had a few songs that have really stuck out to me. I'll talk about which ones I like and which ones I don't like when I'm done talking about this. The reason I'm frustrated is because maybe I'm just getting defensive because All Time Low are one of my favorite bands, but they changed their sound. They've been a band for what, over 10 years now? They've been a band for a really long time. And people, like, my bottom line, I guess what I'm trying to say is they're not gonna stay the same. If they kept putting out records like if they kept putting out records like Nothing Personal and Don't Panic, like, people would get bored. Yes, that was, like, their sound, and I agree, that was my favorites. Like, those were some of my favorites of theirs. But they're not gonna keep doing that. They're, like, men now. Like, half of them are, like, what? Like, Alex is married. Like, I'm pretty sure Ryan's engaged. Is Zach engaged? I have no idea. Like, they're men now. Like, it's like, they're not gonna keep doing that. Yes, this is, like, a more poppy, maybe even more immature sound for them, some of these songs. But for the most part, you have to respect that they're a band who are growing and changing. And I know that some people don't like that because, like, they're one of their favorite bands and they don't want them to change. They like this sound. But, like, you know, like, these guys, all these bands that do this, like, every band out there, they started it to express themselves, and they started it because they love what they do. And I don't think it's fair for bands who change their sound to get, like, trashed on. Like, there's no exceptions for this either. Fall Out Boy gets so much crap, and I'm not really a big fan of Fall Out Boy. Never have been. I don't like their new song. I'll say that. I hands down don't like their new song at all. But I can't trash them. I can't say, like, yes, their older stuff was better. Folie à Deux, Under the Cork Tree, that stuff I am familiar with. But, like, you can't. Like, you just can't. And if you have respect for music and these artists and these bands, and even if you don't like it, give it a listen. Stream it on Spotify. Like, help them out somehow. I don't know. Like, just, if they're one of your favorite bands, give it a listen. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying no one can have an opinion. My opinion is that this album is good, but it is not my favorite of the year. Maybe it's one of my favorites of the year. Like, there's some songs on here that I really love, which I'll get to. But, like, obviously Lovely Little Lonely, so incredible. That Sorority Noise record, Harry Styles, A Will Away. Like, there's so many albums that have come out this year that I'm really into and that have been doing really well. But another point I'm going to bring up, and it'll be my last point before I talk about the songs I like, is Paramore, for example. After Laughter is one of my favorite albums that has been released this year. I'm obsessed with After Laughter. Paramore were actually the first band I ever got into when I was in, like, 4th or 5th grade. And I got into them because of their punk rock sound. I liked that it was a female vocalist. It was a little different, like, changed it up. She's incredible vocals. They just had really good songs, really solid, good songs. And, they went on their little hiatus. I know the last self-titled album had a little pop undertones and whatever. And I know some people said stuff about that, but for the most part, it was brushed away. No one cared. They went on a hiatus for the past 3-4 years, whatever the hell. And they came out with After Laughter. After Laughter is the most different record they've put out of all their albums. And I love it. I think it's done so well. I do think that if they would have kept doing what they were doing, it probably would have got boring, to be honest, because they had so many of those albums out, the punk rock ones. So they put out After Laughter. It's so different. It's so different for them. It's different, I think, for the alternative scene of things. There's no one who really has been making that kind of sound, because it's pop, but it's still different. But my point here is I have not really seen many bad reviews of Paramore's album. And that A, is because it's a great album and it's really well done and really well put together. But B, I feel like no one's trashing it also because it's Paramore. And because no one wants to, like, disrespect Paramore. And I get that. Paramore are one of my favorite bands ever. They're in my, I think they're in my top 10 favorite bands of all time video. Like, they're like a Nirvana for me. They're one of those bands that I just have a lot of respect for because they kind of introduced me to the music I listen to now and I still listen to now. Not saying it's like people want to trash All Time Low, but, like, All Time Low changed to a poppier sound too. Yes, I think Paramore did a better job at it, but, like, it's okay for Paramore to change their sound. Like, everyone praises them. No one wants to step on Paramore. Like, you know what I mean? But, like, All Time Low, it's like, I just see, like, I see tweets, like, every day. And it's okay, like I said, to have your opinion. This is not really being indirected to anyone because I've been seeing it on Twitter. I've been seeing it on Tumblr. Like, I've been seeing, even, like, reviews on YouTube. I watch a lot of album reviews, bad reviews of the album, which, again, not my favorite All Time Low album. They definitely didn't blow me away with this one. But I think people just need to understand that bands are going to change and bands are going to grow, and especially bands like All Time Low and Paramore and, like, bands that have been around for, like, a long time. Like people who are, like, 10 years older than me were like, oh my God, like, I listened to them when I was in high school. You know what I mean? Like, people need to just understand that this is going to happen, and, like, you shouldn't trash bands for it. They need to change. It's going to get boring for them. It's going to get boring for us if they keep doing the same thing. So that was a long rant, and I'm done. Let me talk about some of my favorites and some of my least favorites. I'm actually going to go track by track. I'm not going to explain each track because this isn't an album review. Last Young Renegade, love it. When I first heard it, wasn't huge on it, definitely grew on me. Drugs and Candy, love it. Dirty Laundry, love it. Good Times, don't like it at all. It's probably one of my least favorites on this album. Nice to Know You, I like it. It has those punky, edgy undertones that kind of like they used to have, so it brought a little bit. I think, yeah, Last Young Renegade kind of had that as well. Life of the Party, love it. I think Life of the Party is actually my favorite on the record, which is weird because Life of the Party is very different. It's not really All Time Low. It's actually very different, but I really love this song. I don't know what it is, but probably my favorite on the record right now. Nightmares, don't like it at all. Dark Side of Your Room, I like it. It's okay. It's not the worst on the album. It's not my favorite, but I like it. I can listen to it. Ground Control, I was upset because I actually love this track, but I don't like the feature. I have no problem with Tegan and Sarah, but I feel like if it was just Alex singing, I'd like it a lot better. And Afterglow, I was disappointed because I was excited for Afterglow. I don't know why. I think I just like the title, and it doesn't really do anything for me. So on this album, there's 10 tracks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's about 6, so a little more. 6, 7 of the tracks I like and I'll go back to a lot. But so, like, I really, maybe like Afterglow and Good Times and Nightmares will grow on me, but right now they're not doing nothing for me. So sorry, All Time Low, if you're watching this. I still love you. You're still one of my favorite bands. I'm never going to forget what your music has done for me in the past and, you know, how much I love jamming out to your old stuff. It's just, I don't know. This album was good. It's not terrible. That's what I'm trying to say is people are making it out to be terrible. It's not terrible. It has a few wins on here. So I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So guys, that was my record collection update. I'm pretty sure this video was longer than usual, but I think I talked a little more about each one and told my favorites, which I'm going to try to do more often. I kind of forget to do that a lot of the times. Because if you haven't checked out the record and you're interested, me telling you my favorites might make you listen to those. Maybe you'll like them. Maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, and then I went off on All Time Low. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As usual, questions, comments below. I'm trying to come up with more video ideas. I have a few in mind. I have a few collabs in mind and planned that I want to do. I feel like all I've been doing is record collection updates, but I think you guys like them, so I'll just continue doing them. So yeah. I hope you enjoyed the video. I enjoyed doing it. I'm gonna actually spin some of these today because I have nothing to do all day till later on. And that's about it. Short and sweet. Well, not really, but these little intros are pretty short and sweet, so I'm gonna go now. I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Drop that phone, drink a glass of water, and call me when you get in your bed. I've seen inside your head, and I'm doing surgery on the parts. Still wish you were dead, 'cause I've lost too many.